jeans.
They've been squatting all day.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like the pockets should be bedazzled a little bit.
You think?
I don't want them to be, but that's...
A little juicy on there or something like that?
Something like a unicorn.
Turn around. Let me see it. Kippy, you ain't got no ass, baby.
I've never had an ass.
Man, those pockets are huge. They look great, though, man. You look good. Are they a little long, though?
They're a little long. Yeah, I got to get them hemmed up.
You gonna get them hemmed?
Got to get them hemmed.
Hemmed? Get them pressed?
Probably. I don't know if they press them. Listen, I don't know. I got to figure this out. This is I'm taking new swings here.
Luke, are they in style right now?
No.
Not with the distressing.
No?
That level. Of
I didn't realize it was going to be that level. I think I got a bad batch. I think they sent me the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? I think I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's clearly trying to be cool, and he's not cool.
I thought they were supposed to be dark. That was the whole point of, what is it? What do you say? Distressed?
Distressed.
That's salvaged.
Selvage.
Selvage?
Yeah.
Not salvaged.
No.
What's salvaged?
I don't know. It's a type of denim. I don't know.
I thought it was like taken from somewhere else.
Yeah, no, that's not what it is. It's the type of denim.
It's Japanese, right?
I think it's Japanese style. This is American. These are tariff-free jeans, FYI.
Bobby Lee wears them. He wears expensive jeans.
I bought a pair years ago that I then passed on to you after I lost the weight. Remember those things? Man,
those things had zero give. When I started putting on weight, I tried to hang on to them as long as I could.
But I need a heavy. I'm a big guy. I'm getting in. I'm sitting a lot. I'm farting. I'm stretching. I ripped the crotch goes on all my jeans. So I was like, let me invest in jeans. And then also, those other ones don't hold. You look like a vagabond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After like 2 weeks, I wear the shit out.
They're like sweatpants.
Them and shoes, I wear the shit out of them.
Yeah.
I blow them out, and I look stupid.
I got like 2 weeks on sneakers, and they're leaning.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I washed a pair of sneakers for the first time this week.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Look at you.
They shrunk. I swear to God. My toes, I was going to wear them today, and my feet started hurting before I left the house.
Walking around like Hanks and Castaway.
It's, yeah, I don't know. It didn't get the stains out. It brightened them up. I don't wear white sneakers, but these were like, I bought them for the summertime. Ruined them immediately.
You're really going for it, aren't you?
What?
I don't know. A little style. But you're behind. The kids don't wear jeans on the Lower East Side anymore. Right?
Wait, first of all, if you think I'm trying to be a kid on the Lower East Side, we're not on the same page here. I'm trying to be a guy with jeans that don't get holes in them after 3 weeks. That's the guy I'm trying to be. And I'm failing at that pretty miserably. I'm taking swings.
They're brutal.
No, the other ones are good. The other ones are...
You wore them the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I have like two... I have a dark pair, I have a black pair, and then like a regular, like, dark denim jean. That's, regular, like blue jeans. These are a little, Bon Jovi-ish.
Yeah, they are.
Which might be my thing.
Could be.
I'm closing in on 40. I'm married. I'm the king of the burbs. I could be at the local watering hole in my cool... In the suburbs, this is cool. I'm a cool guy. Not New York. Suburbs, cool guy. New York, loser.
Look at this guy in his Sally jeans, huh? Coming in.
I got my shirt tucked in to show off my head.
I wish that would come back, even though it's bad for me.
What?
Tucking the shirt in. Tucking in a button down.
It's kind of back.
It's back.
Is it back?
For cool dudes in shape, it's kind of always, it's never really gone away.
Really?
Yeah, if you got the body, you can do it. People go, guys,
I don't got the body.
No.
But it used to be nice when I tuck in my shirt. Felt good. Even a T-shirt, tucking a T-shirt.
I never did. I remember one time my brother was buying us heaters. We were underage. We were jammed up. And I called him. I said, I need to pack heaters. You got to come through. Always need them. We had like a 6-pack or something we stole from somebody.
Trying to look older.
And he showed up with his shirt tucked in, and all my boys were like, "What the fuck is?" Because we were fucking skater rats.
It's a basketball jersey.
No, he was like coming from I don't know what the fuck
sharp.
he was doing at the time, but like no, yeah, like he was like I think he was like driving a truck for like my dad or something like that. So he had like, a fucking supply house T-shirt on tucked into a pair of dungarees. Not acid wash, not cool jeans. We'll see if they stand the test of time. If you're out there and you got some tips on how to fucking make these look normal, hit me up, because I can't return them
You
now.
gotta get a rock or something like that and rub it on.
I took the tags out, which I shouldn't have done. Jammed up.
Yeah, I don't know. Rub a rock on them or something like that.
I think that'll just make them more distressed.
Or why don't you acid wash them?
I think I got to take the dark parts and make them a little lighter so the contrast isn't as bad.
Some pumice.
Sure.
Yeah. Rub some
Pumice
lava rock on
yeah,
it.
something like that. We'll figure it
Grind them out. Put a
get
rip
there.
in them, too.
At the knee.
Then you can draw on your knee.
I did that.
Yeah.
Little smiley face or something.
But cool.
Show them what's good.
Couple of rips in the ass.
Whatever. My poor fashion decisions aside, you know. Also, let me know if you like them. They might stick around. I might get a matching jacket.
They look great on you. You really
Thanks,
do.
bud.
Yeah. They're a lot looser than I thought they were going to be.
My wife was like, let me know what the boys. She's like, they're a little out of your wheelhouse. You're going into the fucking lion's den. Let me know what they say. Luke immediately said no. Ryan was on the fence, and Big Man said, hey, I look good.
You look good, man.
I don't know what to believe.
I mean, what am I going to do? Shit on you? You lost weight? You got new jeans? What the fuck am I going to say?
I don't know. I figured you dickhead figure out something to say. It's never stopped you before. You act like all of a sudden. I got something I want to bring up. I had seen the other day. I was out there in the burbs, and I want to say it might have been about. It was probably Saturday morning, Sunday morning, something like that.
Okay.
And I was pushing the little boy around, trying to get
the kid for a walk.
Trying to get him to probably go down for a nap or something. This was last week, I want to say.
You got him in the stroller?
Got him in a stroller. Got the headphones in. Pushing him around. He's probably already sleeping at this point. Now you just got to keep moving. You know what I mean? Get my steps in. Trying, whatever.
Sure. You have the jeans on?
Didn't have the jeans on. I was thinking about buying them. I had them on the brain. And the liquor store, it's probably about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And the liquor store's closed. So this is probably 8:50, call it.
They open at 9?
I'm guessing. I'm making up. I don't know what time the liquor store opens up. Whatever. I was there right before it opened.
Okay.
Early enough in a weekend morning. Yeah, liquor stores open at fucking
9 a.m.? I thought it was illegal to sell booze before noon on the weekends.
That's in Pennsylvania, dog.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's them fucking goddamn Quakers. Whatever. This was, call it, 10, 15 minutes before the opening of the domicile that sells beer and alcohol.
Gotcha.
And I'm walking around the parking lot because that's like, well, I'm just like making, it looks like I'm waiting. But at about 10 minutes, everybody starts getting out of their car and getting in line, waiting for the liquor store.
Booze
Now, listen, I'm okay with that. I like a cocktail just as much as the next guy. But here's my thing. What I would have done, and which some people did do, you wait in your car like a gentleman.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Keep up appearances a little bit that you're not a fucking degenerate dirtbag.
A concert.
I know, right? And it's like, I could see if there was 500 people waiting, but there's about 8 different groups. Like, there was 2 golfers I pegged as going golfing. They were grabbing whatever, a 6-pack or whatever.
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that.
Sure.
Totally makes sense. You grab it the night before, but it is what it is. I'll give you that. But then there was like sketchier people getting the fix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Buying a cheap bottle of vodka, a bottle of rum.
Ripping the fucking plastic top off, dumping it in, fucking Wawa iced tea.
Big party today, huh? Nope.
No plans. And then there was just like regular looking people that weren't like I'm going to an event or they didn't have like a fucking Eagles jersey on or something.
They could have been getting ready for a party or something that day.
But why wait in line? Like what motivates you to get out, stand in line for 10 minutes when there's also only the one thing I did think was, now that I'm bringing this up, is lottery tickets. Because I know they have a thing with the scratchers to get like the certain point in the roll. That's all I can do. There's like regular ass looking women, like moms, all the 35 and also 60, like normal. I'm like, fuck, you waiting out for your hooch? That's crazy. Sit in a car like a goddamn lady or gentleman.
You have bottles of James.
I think that's just like the Irish Catholic repression in me. It's like, don't let anybody know. Sweep this under the rug. Just sit in your car, drink your coffee. When it opens up, is that open? Like
anybody asks you're on stakeout.
Yeah, like you were just, I'll pop in here.
Sounds like a real nice town you live in. I'll tell you that right now. You walking around the parking lot in circles, may or may not have a baby in there. You got a cat in there.
Got heaters going. Creep.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It was just odd. I'd never seen that behavior in all my booze bag days, all my early mornings. I'd never seen, like, dude, it was like the cast of characters. It was like such a cross-section of Americans. Fucking wild.
Do you ever, the reason I brought up the thing about the no booze before 11 is back in the day, if I was on the wrong side of something, and maybe it was a Saturday or a Sunday early, I'd go down to the bodega, get a couple of beers. You know what I mean? And if it was, they don't sell, you're not allowed to sell booze before noon. So they kind of give you the runaround a little bit.
Is that just on Sundays, though?
Something like that.
I mean, I feel most, you know.
If you know them, yeah.
They'll play ball.
But it was always got to be quick and shit.
Yeah.
Get your fix.
That was also, I mean, that was also so new to me when I don't know the New York. I mean, because Pennsylvania's so stringent on where you can buy alcohol, liquor, beer, and the quantities, the 6-pack versus the 12-pack versus the fucking 24-packs. On Sundays, liquors. I mean, I think a lot of it's now that has got lax over the past 10, 15 years.
Up a little bit.
Yeah.
Sunday is 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
You're allowed to
in
buy.
New York.
for liquor.
For liquor.
But then bodegas sell beer.
Yeah, I think you hit a bodega in Astoria or Washington Heights on a fucking. It can be.
Oh yeah.
It don't matter what time of day that is.
I remember North Carolina was real strict about it. Down there.
The Puritanic. It's those goddamn Quakers and Puritans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're fucking the church and state and all intertwined.
What the fuck did you leave Europe for if you're gonna go over here and fucking be all stiff? Have a good time. Put that shit away.
I thought the Europeans drink all the time too.
You'd think. What the fuck are they doing? Jamming everybody up with that bullshit?
I'm with it.
Let's have a fucking good time.
But all that's neither here nor there, gang. We got a gosh darn family ep on our hands, as you know, or if you don't know, if you're new to the program.
Just the boys, the bozos, and the homies.
As the big man said it, when you join the old Patreon, we will answer your garbage question on the air, baby.
How about new guy Luke in the corner office over
I
there?
apologize.
Our fashion consultant over there.
Hey, no, I don't know.
Would you go to the club with him dressed like that?
100%.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah?
I'm paying for it. What the fuck are you talking about? Go
VIP, baby.
That's my Uncle Kevin.
Just hit the lottery.
Another round of Absolute for my boys.
More absolute pepper, please.
Chugging an Aperol Spritz.
You guys got cans of Coors Light in here?
America has ruined the Aperol Spritz up, by the way.
What do you mean?
I mean, everybody's pounding them, making them
Sure.
all fucked up.
Yeah.
The Italians, they sit there after work. They have one, smoke a couple heaters, have a little prosciutto, go home, make a little pasta. Bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
That's what my mom called it for the long bruschetta. That bruschetta's really good.
We'd get like the frozen stuff. I mean,
Oh, like heathens.
I don't know if it's just the Philadelphia area, the suburbs of Philadelphia, but that shit hit in the late
my
90s.
God.
Bruschetta was on every appetizer. It was everywhere. We'll make a little bruschetta. And my
Using
mom.
salsa and white bread.
I
Nobody
know,
gave
dude,
a
it was
fuck.
Fucking bad.
That and the garlic knots.
Garlic knots was we never know.
My dad was a heavy bread guy at the Italian restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
You were looking at like 2-3 baskets.
Oh,
Keep
for
them
sure.
fucking coming.
For sure. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Gang, you gotta stop bouncing your problems off the people around you. They're sick of it. They're tired of it. They're over it. They don't want to hear that your job sucks and you can't make a change, that your wife's breaking your balls, that your boyfriend's doing this. All jokes aside, guys, we all have people in our lives that we go to with our problems, whether it's in the group chat, whether it's your brother, your bartender, your neighbor, whatever. But they're not always professionals, and sometimes you're throwing problems at them that they cannot handle. They are not qualified. Also, it's like you're giving them your problems. Their life's in shambles. Their home life ain't great. They're yelling at the kids. They're screaming at their husband, their wives, the whole 9 yards. I got my buddies, Ryan D. Shout out Ryan D. I go to him with my softball problems. Sometimes I throw a bigger one at him. He goes, buddy, this is above my pay grade. You got to talk to a professional, and that's what BetterHelp is good for. Everybody's done it. Everybody's trauma dumped on somebody that wasn't capable of handling it. But with BetterHelp, you get quality. As it also shows you all of your due dates. Reach your fingers.
That they do, the little thin things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
It scratches the itch, and you don't feel as fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, it's a paper thin cracker.
I was a big breadstick guy when I was a kid, too. My mom would put them out for dinner.
Put breadsticks out?
Breadsticks and butter. Yeah. I'd fucking drown him in that. It was great.
Huh.
A little sesame on it. It was all right.
Oh, like the pretzel rod breadsticks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
What'd you think I meant?
Well, now that you're saying that, my stepmom started doing like microwaved frozen. I don't know if they were like Pepperidge Farm or like kind of like Texas toast, but
Oh, I know exactly
and
what you're
they were
talking about.
hers. We didn't. We were all like fucking microwave and bread. We didn't. Yeah, it was like it was tough to wrap our head around. She would.
What the fuck are they called? I think they are breadsticks. Like,
They were like bad Olive Garden microwave frozen breadsticks.
yeah.
But they weren't. I don't know if they were name brand or what.
Pepperidge Farm sounds about right. They did everything back in the day. Remember that cake they would do in the freezer?
No.
The chocolate and vanilla cake?
Pepperidge Farm cake?
Ooh, fantastic. Let that fucking thaw out a little bit.
No.
Good night.
We were never big on desserts.
Really?
Nah, there's always ice cream.
Well,
Yeah, we
sure.
got ice cream. You know, there's always Breyers cooking. In the winter or in the summer, we'd hit Rita's or whatever. But it was never. We never had like cakes laying around or anything, unless it was a birthday party or something.
Somebody got it in a can.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. This one is
Talk to
from
me.
Thaddeus. $10 homie. Never have one read. Is it garbage while battling Xfinity on the phone to refer to the $220 they owe you as $250,000? Also, I said they were taking food out of my family's mouth and refer to my fiance and our kitty cat as my family. Love yous. Listen, if you're in a heated battle with a big corporation, you got to church it up. I inflate everything all the time.
I'll walk right now. Go over to Verizon right now. How do they owe you money? How does that happen?
If they overbill you, something, you cancel something, you know, what do you mean? How's
Yeah?
that happen? Yeah, they
the kind of bait out window time that you have to like figure out who's the real one, who's the fake, and if they swapped is now a pretty consistent 3 seconds, right? Like when you're playing against Chalk and he throws out an axe, you're playing that mini game of is he going to teleport? Is he not going to teleport? Am I going to try and cut him off? 5 seconds is a really big window of time to play
Yes.
around. 3 is just going to make this a lot easier to approach. The consistent movement speed buff is also another change to this ability that's going to just make it feel more consistent. And then because we basically removed all other scaling factors of this, we added the cooldown, which means now you have a reason to also rank this ability, which is to get it more quickly. We know that this aspect in particular can really introduce some frustration. This should make it more manageable and approachable. It should still be usable to trick out people.
Yeah.
But it is a pretty
It's a sizable nerf.
it is a sizable nerf to this playstyle. And then we also have other notes of like things that we want to be resolving on the Morgan over time, where we have a few bugs we want to fix and a few other things. But
A few?
a few bugs.
Okay.
But this aspect has also been similar to like the Susano case. It's kind of always been a limiting factor because we know that if we go too far with the Morgan, like she can become really, really oppressive really, really fast. And this in particular is one of those aspects that we were really worried about. So if this is now more in control, we could also look in other places to buff the Morgan because even her base version probably could use some buffs as well. But our aspect system allows us to separate it out, but that we also want to not make them too complicated and tooltip heavy of like, okay, because this aspect exists, we're now going to do 50 bullet points of other balance changes. We want the characters to feel somewhat consistent between the two. So this should hopefully give us some more room in the future.
Awesome. Next, we have Ymir, a buff for tank Ymir, a nerf to damage Ymir.
Yes.
I don't know how I should feel about this, but let's just read what we're doing.
So real quick,
Okay.
Ymir's underperforming as a whole, just across the board.
He's underperforming?
Yeah, he is.
That's crazy.
He's
I feel
really
like
popular.
he's so good.
People like him. I think he has moments of high impact.
Yeah.
Like the times you get frozen and die from it, you notice.
Yeah.
The times that he crits you for 1,000 off like popping dagger frenzy and it's late
Yeah.
game and he's 20-0 in a game that's a stomp and he kills you that fast. Like you feel it, right?
Yeah.
But like his actual overall performance has been pretty underwhelming across the board in all modes. So the goal here is to help out, especially the tank style of play.
So for Glacial Strike, his 2, the damage will be increasing from 90 to 310 to 90 to 330. We are decreasing the added strength scaling on it from 55% to 45%.
Yes.
His Frost Breath, his 3, the stun duration is decreasing from 1 to 1.6 to 1 to 1.4, but we're adding new plus 0.2 stun duration for every 100 protection from items up to 0.4 seconds. So it could be 1.8 if you
Yes.
have 400 protections from items.
Yeah, and we think that this is a good... So essentially, if you're going the kind of strength, really damage-focused Ymir style play, you'll have less scaling, but you'll have a bit more early game pressure as you're ranking up Glacial Strike. But your Frost Breath won't contribute as much stun power. You'll have less lockdown time to be able to just kind of wail on them. But if you're playing tank style Ymir where you're actually stacking some protections, you can get a pretty meaty stun. And because he's slow, he's not super mobile. If he gets in range of you and lands that stun, that's really what he contributes. So we want to make sure that felt impactful for him.
And we've also decreased the mana cost on this from 40 to 80 to 40 to 60.
Yep.
And then for his ultimate, we have increased the protection damage scaling from 30% to 45%.
Yeah, even this isn't actually that much more damage. It just means that if you are building more protection focused, you will have a ult that hits pretty hard.
Okay. And then on to items. And there aren't a lot of item buffs and debuffs this update.
Yeah. Our buffs and like you see a lot of ours are fixes because we actually spent
nerfs, not debuffs. I'm a dummy. Okay, go for it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but we had like a lot of fixes in this one.
Yeah.
But the fixes that we did do are going to be a bit more impactful in terms of balance changes. There's a lot of things that we had this patch going on, but like one of them was also like we had a lot of like big fixes that we were able to get in.
So for item balance, Blink. I teased this one a little bit. We are decreasing the cooldown of Blink from 180 seconds to 140 seconds.
Yep.
And we have fixed the tooltips that were wrong that said it was a 90 seconds because it wasn't supposed to be 90 after.
Yeah, so when we rewrote every single tooltip, we had like a snapshot of the tooltip stuff.
Yep.
But we also did have to literally go through every single tooltip and like adjust them and
Yes.
rewrite them. We made some mistakes on some of them. This was said it was 90 seconds cooldown. It
wasn't.
wasn't. It was 180. It's been 180 the whole time. It's going to 140. And Blink we just think has room to go up, especially now that it's not combat Blink. So, and we've seen that its usage and win rate has dropped a little bit over time. This should just bring it back more in line, especially because it now has a bit more competition from Agility Relic.
Yep. Aegis of Acceleration buff. We fixed an issue where this was just Aegis. It was not Aegis of Acceleration. It was not granting the bonus movement speed at all. This has likely been broken for some time. Our current estimate is that it never worked, and it would pretty seriously affect its overall strength.
Yeah, when I looked at it, I'm like, it's been broken for at least a year, assuming that it ever worked. So now it works.
Yes.
And this is another relic that could also use a buff. So fixing this is just good.
Yeah. So if for those of you who don't know, Aegis stores up kind of the damage that you took while you were Aegis.
Yes.
And it's supposed to give you a movement speed buff after the Aegis pops.
Yeah.
Like after you are no longer damage immune. But that just wasn't working.
Yeah, we went to go buff it, and we're like, I can't get this to trigger.
Yes.
And it's just, I guess no one said.
And as far as I know, we did not get bug reports about this.
Yeah,
This was not a...
Which is wild. Like,
yeah.
This is really weird, because, like, we would also expect bug reports. We just didn't, like, and we get a lot of bug reports.
Yeah, we get so many bug reports, and they're very useful. Like we fix so many things that come in via bug reports. This is one we just, like, nobody mentioned it. We're like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. So this will help it.
Yeah. So maybe Aegis will be really good now. I mean, it's currently really good anyway, right?
Yeah, and people do buy Aegis. It does perform worse than beads. Like when I talk, like all our relics, by the way, are like this most overperforming one is like a 51% win rate, and the least performing one is like a 49% win rate. Like they're all actually very, very close with each other as a whole. But they're also really commonly built every game. They have a lot of sample rates, so they kind of all trend towards 50. So that the little differences are there, and like they are meaningful. But like you can pick any of these, and you'll be able to be successful in game.
The Reaper is getting a buff. We are increasing the stack duration from 5 seconds to 6 seconds. We're increasing the starting stack count from 3 to 4. And new, killing a god immediately maxes your current stacks.
Yep. So we're going to make it so that when you actually get the stacks on you, they last longer so you can use them more effectively. Increasing the starting stack count just means that when you do trigger its effect, you'll be getting more strength up front from the item. It also means you have more deaths before you hit the low end. And yeah, when you kill a god, we want that moment to feel super impactful. So you also get the heal at that moment. It'll also max out your current stacks if you're not max. So like if you start a fight as like Thanatos and you land and execute someone, you're now in the middle of the fight with a bonus stack at max stacks Reaper. So this should just make the item just feel a lot better to use.
Awesome. Glad Shield's getting a buff. Surprised on that one. I feel like it's good already, but apparently it needs a little bit more.
Yeah, of the like bruiser pro items, it has kind of fallen off and has remained fallen off. So we think it's safe at this point to buff it up, because if it's strong, it'll be competing with other things you need in that build. So it's not like we're bringing up the overall power of that build style. We're just giving you a different choice here.
Awesome. And we're just giving 5 more physical protections and 25 more health on.
Yep.
And then Helm of Radiance, a shift. The cost is going to go up from 23 to 2,500. We're giving it 10 more intelligence, 10 more physical protections. The max stack count is going down from 6 to 4. So at 0 stacks, it has 10 more physical protections. At max stacks, it has 4 less physical protections.
Yeah, this item is really meant for the situation where you're like kind of a squishy mage and you really need some physical damage, or you need like physical prots like ASAP. Its stat budget was really too low to be supportive in that build style, so that's why the cost went up, so we could give it some more intelligence. That's also why we moved more protections to the base amount of the item. It still stacks up to a pretty good amount, but you have more upfront protection from like probably the first big hit that the like assassin jumping you is going to deal.
Awesome. And I think that's it for items this patch. I do have some bug fixes, and I do have something else in game to look at, which is the new item building system.
Yes.
What's it called again? The
Essential.
Essential. There you go. So
before it processes the damage immunity, so the mark then does the damage that kills you.
Morja Danza dashes going through enemies.
That's a big one.
Has been fixed. We are also still looking at some Mercury stuff, I know.
Yeah, so Mercury, I know the ult in particular, I have a path to try and make the ult feel better and like not pass through targets as much, so we're going to try and get that in. It'll probably be next patch, but we'll see where we can fit it in.
Baron aspect was unintentionally giving damage reduction.
Yeah, that was supposed to be removed with the aspect, so that should make it so that you're not contributing as much tankiness to essentially yourself.
And I love this note. We fixed an issue with Soul Meltdown forgetting one of her jokes. She now recalls going on an unexpected date with Emir.
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah, very well worded. Thank you, Kellen, for putting that in there. And I'm going to go back to us for a second while I swap around to in-game to look at the Essential Item Store. And I have to make sure I have the Essential Item Store turned on. And I am in dev, so I need to also make sure that I don't show other stuff that's not done yet. Yeah, so that is our balance for this upcoming update. Where is it? UI. Okay, it's on. Okay. I'm just gonna do. I guess versus AI would work. Or should I just do like a custom?
Custom's probably just gonna be the easiest to show it off. Because versus AI, it should work in versus AI. But we have that bug that we're fixing that you might run into.
All right. I'm gonna add box.
Do you want me to kind of explain the system while you're getting it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the goal here is we want to create basically a transition. Like we've seen that the kind of pick 3 system in the quick play has done really, really well with players. Like they get to feel like they make choices, but it's a kind of a simplified decision making. They get to start learning some of the items that exist in the game, but they're not overwhelmed with like the sheer amount of items that are presented to them. But when they leave quick play, they go straight from that experience to here's the full item store with all of its complexity. Go. And that is a really jarring experience.
It's rough.
So the goal of this Essential is to essentially bring those players who are quick play players more towards the standard Smite to store experience.
I'm mid lane. Who's a good mid laner to show this off? Does it matter?
Agni would probably be good.
Okay, Agni.
And so with this system, essentially, this store will present you, similar to the quick play experience, it'll present you items, like a build to build. When you build that item, it'll take you to a section of the store that is like, here's the 3 items we recommend for you. Here's also consumables that you can buy. And when you go to buy them, instead of like quick play where you can only buy the item once you have all the gold to buy it, you can buy them in pieces. So when you start building one of the items, it shows you, yeah, you're making progress towards this item. Here's the tree on the right side explaining where you are in it. And it's basically an introduction to, now that you're playing a different mode out of quick play, you're going to be building these pieces together.
Ooh, I might have picked the wrong mode. I'm gonna see once I load it. I'm like this mode might have something in it I can't actually show, and I might have to start a new match.
Oh, sure, fair enough. So yeah, this is essentially our way of teaching those players. Okay, now you get gold, you build items partially, you build these components together. Come back when you have some more to finish the item out. Here's some consumables that you can buy. We've also made some just flow improvements to both quick play and this to help support it. So like one thing is, for example, it shows you included consumables that you're going to buy. Yeah. It also gives you Keely a relic choice, because in quick play you only get agility relic. Now you actually have a choice of relics to build. So yeah,
I
you
am
can kind
Agni.
of go through the flow.
I'm a mid laner. What should I pick? Ability damage, ability spam, or bruiser?
Let's go with ability spam.
Ability spam. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then now I get to pick between 3 relics. And you always will get the same 3 relic choices right now.
Yes, it is going to be beads, Aegis, agility relic. We debated a little bit. We have the capacity to do this. So like some builds we could throw like a phantom shell for like the support builds, but we want to just kind of keep the choices simple at its core.
Because again, this is new players that are transitioning, and you're never going to go wrong. Even if you're a support, building beads or Aegis or agility are going to be okay.
Yeah,
right?
they're going to be fine, especially as a new player.
So I'm just going to say I'm going to pick agility. It's probably the wrong pick. And then we go here. And this is, these consumables are bundled off to the left today. We need to fix that. But you're presented with 3 items that you can build.
Yep.
So I pick what I want to build first. And, these are all reasonable items to build in a Agni build if I'm trying to spam stuff. I'm going to pick Book of Thoth. So I can either click buy here. I can right click on this. I can click on this and then, I guess I have to click on one of this. So buy, and then it will buy the first component that I can afford, and it will show that it's in progress and that I don't have enough gold to keep building it.
Yes.
And then if I want to buy consumables, I can buy consumables, and then I can just go on my merry way and play the game.
Yep.
And then if I get some gold, and I go back to base, then I'm here, and it's like, oh, hey, this was the thing I was building. It remembered. Now I can buy the rest of it.
And now here's 3
and
new
then
choices.
here's 3 next items. So it's pretty straightforward. And then if you're in this and you want to leave it, you just click on this detailed, and it takes you back to the full item store.
Yes.
Once you're in the full item store, though, you're in the full item store for the rest of the game, right?
Yes.
So this is for players that are. This is in normal matches. This is in the classic queue matches.
Yep.
This is not for auto. This is not for quick play. This is to help new players transitioning from quick play into classic queues. So if you're just a new player and you haven't changed any settings, you're using quick play, you're building by clicking on these 3 things. You're now going into a real match for the first time.
Yeah.
You're building the same way at first.
Yes.
But I will also say you did a lot of work to make these item builds more consistent and less.
Yeah, for the first pass of like the quick play stuff, I kind of really intentionally made it so that you're picking a general build style, but I wanted you to have a variety and ability to change things, because part of the thing that I wanted to really focus on for especially new players was showing the variety of things that we have available to them and different cool effects that they can build, because that's just a cool thing to have. Over time, it's generally been it's probably better to actually guide them a bit more directly with what they're building. So for both quick play builds and these builds, they should generally be a lot better at doing what they're supposed to do. So in each one, the first 3 items that you're presented are basically always going to be the first 3 that are presented, so that you have a pretty consistent starting experience. And they're also really highly recommended, because if you've gone a high CDR build, if you've done the ability spam build, Chronos Pendant should probably be an option for you, and should probably be a really common option that pops up multiple times. And I've done a lot of work to make sure that the items that are present there are a lot more consistent with the goal of the build. They show up at the right time. So Rada Tahuti, that's recommended at the later stages of a build. In the attack speed on hit intelligence build, we have the item that converts intelligence to attack speed. That one's only buildable if you've built the 2 other intelligence things in that build, to make sure that makes sense when you do build it. So we've done a lot of refinement so that if you go through this system, it should make you a pretty compelling build on its own.
Yeah.
It won't be optimal. It won't be perfect, but
it's probably better than trying to struggle through it yourself.
And if you're less likely to run into the quick play build scenarios where you'd be doing the damage build, but because we want to show you a variety of things, it would present you a tank item, and you could suddenly end up with a mystical mail in the middle of your ability spam build. It's it's interesting to show it there as an option if this was a more roguelike-y experience where you're just getting random items thrown at you. But for the actual purposes of creating a build that's going to be successful in a conquest match, it's a lot more tailored now.
Yeah. And once you hit level 20 or whatever level you can buy your starter upgrade, that'll be presented to you as your part of your next purchase. If you're in the middle of building something, you will need to finish that before you can finish your starter, because again, just easier to communicate to new players.
Flow. And then that's also a change from quick play too, because quick play actually just automatically granted you the upgrade.
Yeah.
It didn't even take gold to upgrade it in quick play. The moment you hit the level required to need it would just give it to you. So this is now showing that you have restrictions around certain items, and it will present it at the right time. And then when you're at the end of your build, it'll be okay, cool, you've reached max build. Here's what you can now finish spending your items on. It teaches kind of what the elixir system is for.
Yep. And then also, I'll note that there's no undo in this this version because we're trying to simplify. There's no selling in this version because we're trying to simplify, right? This is supposed to be a new player focused thing. So there are intentionally things that are missing from this to try and streamline that experience for new players.
Yeah, the goal is you have quick play, then this, and then when they're ready to, they can explore the more detailed view, now with some context about how you build items, the component system. The things like undo will be more meaningful to them. The things like selling will be more meaningful to them. Things like pivoting their build choice midway through is going to be more meaningful to them when they have the context that this provides.
Yep. Awesome. I think that's that then. I just wanted to show that off because we didn't get a chance to show that off on Wednesday. And that's actually a pretty big feature for this patch, right? Like some things chat is probably like it's obvious that it's a big feature. There's other things that it's like, oh yeah, that actually took a ton of time because that took a lot of UI design time and UI programming time. It took a lot of your time. It took a lot of general programming time to get the system working together. Like this is one of those things that is a big effort for us, which again, a lot of people that are watching Titan Talk today will never use, but it's the next step to getting new players to stick around longer once they're playing. We've made a lot of progress with getting new players to stick around longer, and we're just going to keep focusing on the things that we think are like points of like friction in their player journey where it's like I'm just not having fun anymore because the game changed suddenly drastically. So that is kind of the overview for what we have coming out tomorrow morning. So usually we're up about 8 o'clock in the morning, so Eastern time. So I don't want to promise that, but if by the time you wake up, because you're all gamers and you're gonna probably sleep in, we should have an update ready for you to play. Lots of fun stuff. With that, anything else you want to say before we start taking some questions to end out the show?
I'm trying to think. Just Tsukiyomi was really fun to work on again. He was one of my favorite gods I got to work on in Smite 1, so getting to work on him again. And just seeing like the glow up that he's gotten in Smite 2. I think the team, I shared it with we have like a Slack channel for each individual god that we're porting over. And I shared in the thread about like someone was commenting on the hair and they thought that looked very cool. And then there's a thread about like a thing that he could do like as like an ability spam to like really disarm someone. And then the thread just had comments of people like, man, he really got to glow up with all his VFX and share that with the team. The team appreciated it. So just looking forward to see how you guys all enjoy Tsukiyomi. I hope he's not so release Tsukiyomi strong. I think we've preemptively nerfed enough, but we'll see. And we'll react fast if needed.
Awesome. Well, thank you for all the hard work on Tsukiyomi. I'm excited to see how people feel about it tomorrow. And let's take some questions.
Spirit is late and Dread still don't give Thanatos the excellent passive on the item. It will cooldown instantly after executed God. It's probably related to when the ability goes on cooldown. I can probably look at that. I'll add it to my list of things.
Since you fixed Thana ult, could you fix Hecate and Amir ult not proccing items?
Those aren't proccing items?
That's what Relic TWG says.
It's probably attack. So
probably.
Attack.
Okay, I'm just going to write those down for you. Thoughts on making buying gods more accessible? The cost is too high. So you get a free god unlock token at every level from 1 to level 50. And that's meant to be the main way that you're unlocking gods. And then really, if you're going to be a long-term player of the game, we want you to buy the ultimate, the Founders Edition, right? The Founders Edition is a great deal. It comes with a lot of stuff for your money. And we really want you to go that direction. So the goal isn't like in Smite 1 where you're getting favored to unlock gods. It really is just level up, you get tokens to unlock gods. I was going to write this down. It was Hecate and who? Ymir.
Yeah, Ymir.
Okay.
Someone asked a question about like Tsukiyomi hair, like that tech looking as good as it does. Does that mean it's going to get backported? And I think generally it's going to be more of a thing of as our team learns to develop new techniques to make characters look really, really good in the engine, it's probably something that we'll take and move forward with. And this is like Smite 1. Like if you look at Smite 1's original cast of characters back in like 2013, and then you saw like the gods that were released 3 years later after that, and the gods were released 3 years later after that, and the gods were released 3 years later after that, like they were all very different, like they were very different in like how they actually visually portrayed. And then eventually the characters that were old enough got kind of updated. It's probably gonna be something that we move forward with this new knowledge, really making it all the characters look good. And then at some point we will probably go back and be like, yeah, we think that this character is now looks out of place enough now to go back and adjust again. So I wouldn't expect like immediate backporting of features like that. It's gonna be more as we move forward.
Any plans to change how mandatory Rod of Tahuti feels?
Interesting conversation.
Yeah, that's why I picked that one out, because it's
yeah.
something we have talked about internally here.
So I have a doc right now that is what would the game balance look like if I removed Rod. It has all the items, what their new int values would be, how we adjusted them. But there's a bit of back and forth about how that's going to affect the game. It's not quite a heal pass level change, but it is at the end stage of the game, the mages will feel about the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if we make this change, mages will feel about the same. You've removed an item from the pool. It will increase the diversity of items that you build because you're not required to build Ratatouille. You can flex an int item and it's not going to feel as weak as it does because it's kind of assumed that you get Ratatouille. It does mean though that like the mid to early game stages of your mage are going to be stronger because you will just have more int in that world.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that affect the balance of the game? How does it affect the meta? How does that affect like the power curves of characters? There's more that would probably have to be done there, and I think we'd want a more comprehensive plan. I think, though, it is like a goal that I would like to move towards. It feels like it checks all the boxes of this item restricts builds, feels mandatory, has affected the game balance in a way that it's kind of required, and its removal is not so like if we remove Obsidian Shard and Titan's Bane, that has a much bigger impact on the game that's going to be a lot harder to address than something like this changes. Like, yeah, it'll have some knock-ons, but it's something that you could kind of bounce around relatively quickly. And because it checks all those boxes, I think it's probably inevitable that we go that direction. Just what that looks like and when. We were thinking that we might try it for OB19, but we had the discussion about kind of the knock-ons there. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be a bit more of an evolved work because we also have some other stuff coming in OB19 and 20.
I feel like we have, like, I feel like we keep saying this, but we have so many things that are just, like, in progress right now.
Yeah.
That, I have, like, all these features that are, like, close to being done or are in some level of development that it's just, like, it's like, there's more coming, you know? Like, but the way that we work, right, our goal is we ship every 2 weeks. So when we ship every 2 weeks, then it's like, you kind of have to build around, let's make as much progress as we can in this 2 week sprint on the thing. And if it's good, if it's done, we ship it. If not, we keep working on it. We have a couple things that have just taken a few extra sprints because of the way things work out. Yeah.
And someone did mention it, like Shard's also mandatory. And that's why I kind of went through my check boxes is Shard, it fails the check of removing it's easy, right? Removing Rod is relatively easy because you could rebalance a little bit of the base damage of some of the mages to compensate for the fact that they're gaining some more intelligence. Like, you can make some tweaks there. How protections interacts and how that interacts at all stages of the game is just one of those things that's really difficult. And so in a world where, like, your whole build is defined by having to build a whole bunch of penetration items versus you kind of feel forced to buy this one penetration item versus full, like, freedom to build whatever you want. Obviously, we want to move towards the full freedom to build whatever you want, but the one item is a less bad world than the all 6 of your items must have these pens and any item that doesn't have it is like where it's find the best path that is the best for now and keep trying to move in positive directions and try and move in the positive directions where you find opportunities to do that. So I agree, Shard is mandatory. It's probably not the optimal system. There's probably a better system out there that gives you more freedom and flexibility. That's just a lot harder of a world to get to than Ratatouille is, I think, causing a similar problem that's easier to get past.
So we go in steps, right?
Yeah,
we do this first, and then we address the other things later. There was a question about Mystical Mail. In the ability or in the item in the item tooltip update, it lost the tooltip part saying that it reduces shields.
That's still there.
It does still reduce shields.
Yes, it still reduces shields. I think someone also mentioned they were wondering if Blink still had the if you damage someone aggressively, you get the cooldown reduction, or is it? I think it's kill. I don't know if that was still on the tooltip. We should just double check.
Yeah.
I mentioned this before. If you find things that are like tooltip problems, we'll just try and fix them as fast as possible because we did that whole tooltip pass. There are some mistakes in them, right? Because we literally rewrote every single one, and we also have like the other hard part about this, as you mentioned, is like they're all 2 week sprints. So it's like we can, if we really need to, bank a thing so that we can do it over a longer period of time with a bit more intentionality. But that means that we have to like create its own separate branch for it, and that can create some headaches when it comes to merge. And like the overhead there, we think was worth getting this in front of people than trying to like hold it just because we had a few tooltip issues. So Runeforge actually got, so a question about Runeforge being worse than underwhelming. It's now a lot more popular. We did some buffs to it. It's had a lot better success after those buffs, and people are building it more. We just think it was really undertuned. We thought that effect would be stronger than it was, and it really, you ended up having to play around it a lot more intentionally, and you didn't get the effect as often as you wanted to. You couldn't rely on it, and now it's a lot more reliable. I think that's in a better spot. We'll keep an eye on it. If it doesn't feel like it gets, like, I would say it's probably in a healthy-ish spot right now, but let's say it dips again in popularity and win rate, and like people just don't really feel like they're driving with it. Like, yeah, we probably reinvestigate at that point. Because there's some things that, like, if you buff it and it keeps being resistant to seeing better success after buffs, probably really it kind of is a more underlying problem. Sobek aspect, I think, is another good example of that one. Like, we were like, maybe this is just undertuned and why it's underperforming. We buffed it pretty significantly since its initial release. It's still not being used. It probably should just be reworked at this point because the core underlying mechanics of it are just not what people are driving with, right?
Yep. Any update on PS5 frame rate drops? We are investigating PS5 frame rate drops. We also are just doing a lot on performance in general right now. We don't put that into patch notes just because it's a little bit more nebulous and we're just constantly making little improvements. But we are, I hear the programmers talking all day, every day about the various things that they are doing to improve performance in their arcane mastery.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
And some of it's interesting too, like Bariolt on PS5, Jordan sent me a message about how, like, hey, she has like the dancers that do the dance thing. Those actually take like a full frame to spawn of time.
Yeah.
Which means that when you ult, it hitches, but when you test it in a different environment, it was like actually significantly less. And so it's even some things like that end up showing fine on like performance profiling that like I might do at my computer. When you actually get it onto a hardware console, it's like, oh no, this is actually for some reason about the architecture of how it is and how we're doing things, it can end up being more. So Jordan sends me things. I'm like, yeah, you're clearly looking at this in depth. We're constantly making strides there. I think overall, like it'd be one of those things that'd be fun to like release a build from like a year ago, so people can like really feel the difference that we've made on a lot of these things. Because it's one of the things that there's probably not going to be ever a patch that's like, okay, suddenly FPS is 40% improved.
Yeah, but it's just kind of bit by bit over time. It's gotten better.
Like another thing is the programmers talked to us about changing how like the default setting of some of the abilities going on characters going forward, because it's going to set us up better for some better architecture, and it's also technically a better performance improvement. Like those types of things are like constantly in discussion.
People asking about Silksong. I haven't played it yet. Did you play it?
I launched it for 20 minutes.
Okay.
I have like a streaming setup for like my computer basically streams to like a NVIDIA Shield thing, and then I play it there. But I've had this like ever persisting bug of like every 5 minutes I'll get like 2 to 3 seconds of like just stuttery frame loss.
Not really
and so
workable
I spent the
for
week,
that game.
Yeah, I spent the I just tried to play through it, and after like I was jumping over a lava area and I had to like pogo off a dude who was charging me, and after like getting to that point and then falling because I got the lag spike right at that moment like 3 times.
Yeah.
I spent the rest of the weekend troubleshooting my network, changed everything, still have the problem. It's its own frustration. I might just play it on my computer at this point.
Right.
We'll see.
The only thing I played a little bit this weekend, I played maybe like the first hour of Hyper Light Drifter.
Ooh.
It's really good. It had been on my to play list for forever. I bought it like, I think I got it in a Humble Bundle forever ago.
I think there's a few people we've worked with before that are on that team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good. I'm enjoying it so far. But yeah, that's literally the only thing I played this weekend.
Someone's very happy about the Mulan stuff, which good.
Good. Any talk of the next aspect for an older god? Ooh, we got a spicy one.
Yeah.
It's great. Is it next update or is it 2 updates from now?
Yeah. What actual patch is
Hold on,
that?
let me look it up.
We're not going to spoil it, obviously.
Yeah, we're not spoiling it, but it is spicy.
Yeah.
Let me look.
While you're looking that up,
Yeah.
someone mentioned Tsukio's host game has kind of changed to like this kind of more black. So when they do the model update, they do a lot of texture update. And this is just one of those things where like the kind of team kind of looked at it and how it would portray in game and felt like that would contrast better and just look better overall. Contrast more with his weapons. I know I get some feedback on the weapons about how like their color felt a little bit muted. They've made some adjustments since then. But yeah, it's just one of those things that like we evaluate it and go like, hey, what should this character look like and how should they look in the engine? And we just felt it kind of looked better for the character, especially as like kind of a night moon god. It also helps like his silver hair contrast better. So they make those types of adjustments. Some of it's also lighting of the scene. Like when you go into the God viewer, that area, it's a bit darker in general versus like when you're actually in like the full lit conquest map. So colors end up looking a little bit different there as well. They also have like different post-process settings for like actual saturation of things. So it's going to look a little bit different, but they make those types of adjustments. And unless we have like a really strong reason, like, oh no, this needs to stay, or we think there's like something missing, we kind of let them cook on what they want to do.
The spicy new aspect is OB21.
21.
Is where it's currently penciled.
Okay, so yeah.
It's a little bit of a wait.
Yeah, we're playtesting it right now. We're just holding it for then.
Yeah.
For reasons. That will become apparent.
Yes. Let's see. It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah, wow. We got there really fast.
Yeah, it's time for one more question.
Actually, that's a cool one. Is there any further work on new items? I'd like to see more niche items. There is a new item for next patch. It just fills a gap that people have been asking for.
Cool.
We will probably do like another kind of item pass of like look at underperforming
Select your god.
Stand aside, evil doers! Sir Crocus and Sir Hunkalot ride forth! A new quest begins! Flat-filled, sword-sharp, goose, wow, still angry!
Anytime we hit a fucking stun.
Behind us! Be right back!
Oops.
To courage and confusion!
To courage and confusion.
Lana, don't fail me now!
Oh, what?
A knight ally has been slain. Unconscious. A sharper sword, a sharper smite. An enemy has been slain. Courage and confusion. My belly or blade.
Oh, I thought he was gonna get stuns.
An enemy has been slain. The armory thinks today. Or maybe that's me. Slay an enemy. An enemy has been slain.
Ah. Get his ass.
need a brew and a mountain of
The enemy has 50 tickets remaining.
incoming power! Silence these. To courage and confusion.
That happens. Nice.
The enemy has 10 tickets remaining.
Mona, don't fail me now!
Victory.
Hold on. Let's actually just pick a god to play. Thinking I kind of want to play Zeus. play a Zeus match.
Select your god.
Zeus.
I ain't cheap though. Does this game come with drinks?
And anybody else. Minions have spawned.
One could say I deserve that death.
beard. This shall serve me well. An enemy has been slain.
Shorty got them apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.
Be careful.
That's fine. Oh, do some numbies here. Do some numbies here. Get his ass. Nah, we just got rolled there, huh? I'm doing lots of numbies, it's just... Can't stay alive. It's my fault.
I'm getting too old for this. Lightning bolt. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Retreat.
Hit G and then I can double 3. still doing numbies. I could just do more numbies.
An enemy has been slain.
Aspect Collie's nasty, nasty. Dirty Gill. Damn it. It's not as tight as you'd think with the kills.
Deicide.
Okay, I need to remember to hit G so I can do my double 3.
Slain. Double kill.
one Artemis missile fucks me. Oh, we're gonna lose now.
Your team
That
has 10
sucks.
tickets remain. Killing spree.
Defeat.
Okay, what's my next god I want to try out? I mean, I like Zeus. He's fun. So she's the same. My problem with these builds is it's just like crit attack soul. Why? Why would I? What if I don't want to do basic task ability? Is she just better at basics or what? This is just attack speed stuff. it's still just attack speed stuff. Basic attack focused. Is the Titan Talk out already? I doubt it. I have to fucking render it and stuff. Oh, no way.
Hello, chat. I didn't say, but we do also have a special guest joining us today.
Yep.
The man, the myth himself, Tsukiyomi, a.k.a. Manny.
Making the appearance.
Has made an appearance on the show. Pawn, is this your Tsukiyomi?
Yes, this is... Okay, so I actually have 4 body pillows. I have Tsukiyomi, Achilles, Horus, and Set.
Okay.
And when we were making these characters, there's an artist who basically just kept sending us body pillow versions of those characters.
Okay.
So I ended up collecting them all with all said and done. So I actually just have all the body pillows now.
It's amazing.
It's great. Fantastic.
We just felt like, since he was being featured on the show today, we should bring him. As you'll note, I'm running the show today instead of the usual better showrunner, Hindu Man himself. He unfortunately wasn't feeling well today. So he was here at the office this morning and then just wasn't feeling well and headed home. A couple people have headed home today, so I'm hoping that everyone does not end up sick here. But
yeah, well, I was sick last week, so hopefully I didn't.
Yeah, hopefully you're. Yeah, I don't know. My wife was sick, but I'm not. Knock on wood. So anyway, so today we're gonna be going through Tsukiyomi.
Yeah.
We're gonna be going through his aspect because he does ship with an aspect. We're gonna see his ascension pass. We're gonna see a bunch of new skins that are kind of part of a new event.
Yep.
We're gonna have a couple other smaller things. And we're gonna have a good show previewing this patch, OB18, which will go live on Tuesday next week.
Yep.
If you want to play this patch, you will hopefully get a chance later today. We had to make a new PTS build, so PTS will not. We're not expecting it to go live as soon as the show is over, like it usually does. But sometime tonight, keep an eye on our social media, and we will tweet when the PTS is up and available. So apologies for that delay. We have a lot of things that are kind of like work in progress right now that aren't quite done to a point where we can ship them, and one of them snuck in a way that broke the build that was going to go into PTS today. So we will have that coming up later today. Cool. Tsukiyomi.
Yeah.
Who is Tsukiyomi?
So Tsukiyomi, just the quick lore, is one of the heavenly siblings with Susanoo and Amaterasu.
Okay.
He represents the moonlight, Amaterasu represents sunlight, and then Susanoo is kind of the storm dude.
Okay.
And his story is interesting because his whole personality is basically the reason like Amaterasu ran off into the cave and basically the sun and the moon are on opposite sides of the sky is because Amaterasu is like, look, you need to host this guest at our house. I'm going to be back later. Don't mess this up. And the guest was a patron of food.
Okay.
And the way she brings food into existence is basically vomiting it into existence. And this offended his sensibility, and I believe he killed her. And Amaterasu is like, you're the worst host ever, and basically left him. That's a very short, abridged story, but that's the kind of personality of Tsukiyomi. He's the guy who, like, he wants proper decorum, he wants proper authority of who is above who.
He says, Mangetsu, burn bright.
Yes, and he also, it was funny going through him again, like, actually having to implement him again with, like, Shingetsu, Mangetsu, and all the things. I was like, man, I'd really maxed out the weeb meter.
Yeah, he's
Tsukiyomi.
He's always actually been a very popular character in pretty much every skill level and across a bunch of different like roles, right?
Yeah.
Because he's historically been more of a jungler by default, I would say. But I've seen him played mid, I've seen him played solo, and some of his new stuff will help play into that a little bit.
Oh yeah, his new stuff really gives him a lot of flexibility. So we can probably spoil it. He's a hybrid scaler.
Okay.
He is going to have both strength and intelligence stuff. And there are things that basically make the idea of like strength is you still have a lot of movement speed, you have a lot of chase down potential, your basic attacks are more impactful. The inside is playing more around that kind of mid-range poke of the Kusarigama having the kind of like mid-range attack. You have like the long range of the Caltrops, you have the long range auto attacks. So you're playing that more mid to long range type character. And then his aspect basically just super doubles down on like the mid style of play.
Cool. Well, I will say with no further ado, and I will get us into it here in a second. But what is the command to make minions stop spawning? Because
no more minions.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an easy one.
It's
no
all
more
one
minions.
word.
There we go. Hey, beautiful. Okay. And then I got to push a button over here. Let's see if I can find it.
You could just hit them
I
all.
push this,
You'll
and
probably
then I
find the right one.
push this. Hey, okay.
We're in there.
We're in there. Tsukiyomi, I need to fix the audio.
And I will give the
let's see.
traditional warning of the version you're looking at right now is in dev. There's some things that I fixed this morning already. There's some things that I've talked to the VFX team. His tonfas are a little bit dark right now. I passed that feedback along. We're looking at resolving that. So there's some final visual polish stuff that will be coming in still. But he's pretty representative. If you were to play him right now, you'd have a pretty good time. So we can go over all the stuff.
Yeah. So, Tsukiyomi.
Yep.
Where should we start?
Let's just
talk me through it.
Let's go over his kit. So
Okay.
first thing is his passive, Shingetsu and Mangetsu. Those are his Tonfa blades. One represents full moon, one represents the new moon. This works exactly the same as you're used to in Smite 1. As you deal damage with your Tonfas, either with a ranged and powered attack or just normal attack, the blade will begin to glow and get these bonus effects. Shingetsu gets a cleave and restores mana, and Mangetsu does some bonus damage and also restores you with health. So if you go auto attack Ymir, you'll be able to see the nice, really cool glow that these things have. Look how fancy those look.
Ooh, that glow looks nice.
And a nice touch that I noticed this morning while doing the VFX review is the Shingetsu has the downward effects, and the Mangetsu has upward effects.
Yeah, the particles going in. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of really cool small
neat.
touches. But yep, it works exactly as you would expect it to in Smite 1. That hasn't really changed.
And then you notice that the passive meter also highlights at that time, and you get these
which I have
temp
actually
icons.
I fixed. Those are that was the last thing I did before I came on the show was actually fix that.
Sweet. Okay. Another thing that we noticed at the beginning of the show is that if I use agility on him, he jumps twice.
Yeah.
Just a silly graphical thing. But anyway,
Yeah, so
we'll
I'll
get
resolve
fixed.
that.
Okay, so we got the passive.
Yep. On to the first ability, which is Dark Moon Shuriken. Again, man, I really wanted to make him super edgy.
Shingetsu, burn
yeah.
bright.
So he throws his shuriken, and this does damage. It passes through target, stops on first got hit, sticks to the target, and if you walk next to it or get close to it, you actually basically re-pick up the shuriken to get a lower cooldown. So if you can hit people and then get back on top of them, you're able to actually get more value out of it. There's a bug right now where it doesn't play the nice hit effect when it hits you. It does the thing. It also does the empowered ranged Shingetsu attack. So if you throw your one out again.
Yeah. What's the reduced cooldowns?
If you just do slash or just cooldowns. Cooldown space 1, I think is.
Space 1. Okay.
Yeah, so you throw it. Now you have a ranged basic attack. That's going to be a Shingetsu themed ranged basic attack. This does some damage. It also has a wider hit area. And that's, you'll get that type. This is a very Shingetsu related ability. So you get the Shingetsu range attack. The +1 for this is that shuriken that's stuck in the target. If you killed someone in Smite 1, it actually just wouldn't, it would just disappear and vanish. It actually just stays in the ground now for you to pick up. So killing a target with it, actually, you'll still be able to pick it up off the ground and get value out of it.
Very cool.
Just a small, nice touch.
Yeah, it's like you don't get penalized for killing the god anymore, which is nice.
On to the second ability, Kusarigama. This is where we have our first major +1. So the Kusarigama is you do a 3 Yeah, so you throw it. Now you have a ranged basic attack. That's going to be a Shingetsu themed ranged basic attack. Shingetsu attack. So if you throw your one out again.
Yeah. What's the reduced cooldowns?
If you just do slash or just cooldowns. Cooldown space 1, I think is.
Space 1. Okay.
Yeah, so you throw it. Now you have a ranged basic attack. That's going to be a Shingetsu themed ranged basic attack. This does some damage. It also has a wider hit area. And that's, you'll get that type. This is a very Shingetsu related ability. So you get the Shingetsu range attack. The +1 for this is that shuriken that's stuck in the target. If you killed someone in Smite 1, it actually just wouldn't, it would just disappear and vanish. It actually just stays in the ground now for you to pick up. So killing a target with it, actually, you'll still be able to pick it up off the ground and get value out of it.
Very cool.
Just a small, nice touch.
Yeah, it's like you don't get penalized for killing the god anymore, which is nice.
On to the second ability, Kusarigama. This is where we have our first major +1. So the Kusarigama is you do a 3-string combo. The first 2 disarm, and the final 1 stuns. However, so all that's the same. If you're playing Strength Tsukuyomi, you're playing a very similar Tsukuyomi to what you played before. There is a benefit to the final hit will also give you a Shingetsu infused attack. So if you actually hit the final on someone, you actually get, that's like another way for you to get the ranged attack. That's also a new +1. But the second new thing is if you build more intelligence than strength, it will change.
Ooh, should I go do that?
Yeah,
Or okay,
I would go do that.
Well, let's build some intelligence. I'm just gonna buy a Bancroft. That should be enough.
So you can see the icons actually change.
Oh yeah, look, it's a different color.
So the theming of this ability was always that Shingetsu Mangetsu kind of fused to become a weapon that you used as the Kusarigama. And so now you're essentially saying which weapon is actually taking more of a personality in this attack. This one will do more damage on the final hit, has longer range on the final hit. It's actually 8 meters, which is almost a full range basic attack, but you lose the stun. Okay. And if you hit with the final hit of this one, you get a Mangetsu ranged attack. Ah. So this is a way for if you're playing the inside.
Oh yeah, look at how long that. Well, sorry. Let's show.
Yeah, right. The target is missing right now.
Oh, okay.
But if you back away from that Ymir pretty far, you'll see how far it hits. So like, yeah, it's still gonna hit. Yeah. Yeah. So it hits a pretty long distance, and this is another way for you to get a Mangetsu range attack.
Okay. So you have a second way of getting Mangetsu other than Okay.
Yep. And then. So that's like the big +1 there is. If you build more int versus strength, you're essentially trading. Oh, you also don't get movement speed on that Kusarigama. So if you're strength side.
Oh yeah, much slower because you're very fast if you're strength side.
So your strength side because your Shingetsu, your dark range attack steals movement speed. The Kusarigama will give you movement speed. It also gives you a stun. If you're playing the more melee focused style of Tsukuyomi. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just playing with it.
Range,
yeah, we need to get the targeter finished.
Yeah, that was part of the feedback from this morning. You'll get that a whole bunch of movement speed and the extra crowd control, or you can replace it for more range poke and damage. Yeah. But you're more vulnerable because you're slower during that window of time. You're having less opportunity to actually get those movement speed steal type effects. That's the kind of trade-off we're going for here. On to the 3. This is Silver Moon Caltrops. I don't believe there's any +1s here, except that it's just a cool ability that has. I think the major thing is it's a little more consistent in its tick rate as people move. Okay. The way it detects movement is just a bit more consistent than it was before. But yeah, you put Caltrops down, it damages people when it first lands and slows them, and as they're moving inside of it, they will begin to take more ticking damage and slow. Yeah. And basically, don't walk on Caltrops.
It can actually do a lot.
With the damage summing, it's really funny. Every single time we add like another ability that's like a multi-hit thing, with our damage summing, it's very apparent how much this actually does in a fight. Yeah. And I also try to theme all the abilities. So if you are Dark Moon Shuriken is Shingetsu themed, Caltrops are Mangetsu themed. The Mangetsu themed things are more int focused side of things. The more Shingetsu things are more strength focused side. So if you want Silver Moon Caltrops to hit hard, your best bet is to actually do that with intelligence.
Okay. And I have seen it hit quite hard in some of our playtests.
Yes, it is quite good.
Cool. And then your Mangetsu also scales off of intelligence. Yes. And your Shingetsu scales off of.
It's basically just flat in-hand damage.
Okay, it's just
that
flat.
one, and that one's the movement speed steal.
So this is like my strength versus my int, and because I have more int, that did more damage. Yeah. So it makes sense that you're trying to get more of these if you are building. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then on to the ultimate Piercing Moonlight. This is the super fancy Omni dash type thing. You fire 4 beams. For each target that you hit, you'll mark them as a valid target to basically dash you, and you'll dash through them in a rapid sequence. The +1 here is the beams are more int focused. Everyone's focused on the candy. Yeah, candy. That's gotta be Kellen, right?
It's probably gotta be Kellen.
What a line.
I didn't realize it. It's Clumsy? It's Clumsy's voice.
Clumsy?
Kellen did it.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
I didn't realize it played the voice. That's good.
That's actually really good. Piercing Moonlight. Beams more int focused.
Yeah.
The dash hits are more strength focused.
Okay.
And the +1 here is that the actual dash hits count as basically basic attack hits for the purposes of proccing items. So if you buy things like Kin's Blade or Tierfing, it will actually proc those effects as well.
Okay, and so once again, if I hit you with my beam, that's more int. And then when I'm actually dashing around to hit you, that's more strength scaling.
Yes.
And then I get on hit effects for attacks.
Yes.
When I hit you bouncing around.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can it crit? Chat wants to.
No.
Okay.
It cannot crit.
Okay, it cannot crit, but it does do the on hand.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe Wild Me from like 2 weeks ago decided to put that tag on, but I don't think I did.
Okay, you want me to go buy some crit?
Yeah. we should see.
Okay, well let's go.
Yeah, let's fight. But yeah, so basically I wanted to encourage you to try different build paths on him. Pure strength, pure ability strength focus versus pure ability int focus versus maybe hybrid and trying to maximize both effects versus getting a whole bunch of on-hit effects and making your dash through targets be a lot more impactful. The whole goal for Tsukiyomi, because he naturally has kind of a few varieties of playstyle, the goal was to make those varieties of playstyle more approachable and you can more deliberately build into them.
Okay, so let's show this off now. So
they do not crit.
Okay, they do not crit, but they do a lot of damage.
Yes.
And note that because I brought a lot of strength, this is now back to being stun Kusari.
Yes.
So
With the movement.
So if you've never played this character in Smite 1, once you use your ult, you aren't firing it. It just fires these shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can move around and you can aim them. And the bug. We figured the bug.
Yeah, so we found this actually bug today where
it got really big on that.
Yeah, we found a bug where if you kill someone while the weapons are scaled down, it causes you to get both of your weapon empowerments. But then when the weapons scale back up, they become huge.
Yeah. So that's on our to fix list from this morning. So
it's good that we triggered it here.
But it's and if you kill the guy, then you don't teleport to him, right?
Yeah, you don't teleport. So if the target's dead and becomes invalid, it basically ends the list. And it basically you have like this list of targets that you hit, and it just iterates through them. And if the target's dead, it just goes invalid. Move on to the next one.
Cool.
Yep.
Anything else on base Tsukiyomi worth talking about?
I think that is all the things. We can move on to the aspect if we want
Okay.
to.
And I do set aspect. No,
it's test talent.
Test talent. That's what I couldn't remember. Sorry. Tsukiyomi.
Lopris, if you want to follow me on
this one's called the aspect
Twitch,
of
I
Mangetsu.
will be giving skins away. But I'm not just going to hand them out to people. Giving away an $80 p90 skin, and eventually we're going to work our way up through the rest of my asiimov collection that I have. I can show you real quick. This is what I'm giving away first. Then we'll eventually make our way through the rest. So, starting at 89, 85, $100. I believe this is the next one. 192 currently, 173, so we'd actually go here. If you get the gist, that's how it's going to work. But there's going to be follower and sub goals and stuff, because I'd like to get some growth out of it. Anywho, can't just give away that stuff.
Name internally, which was aspect of Hangetsu, which is half.
Okay.
Because I actually wanted to have like the first pass of the aspect was you want to try and stride the line between strength and int. That one didn't work well. So we actually wanted to just really double down on the Mangetsu style of play. So this is, if you ever get a Shingetsu range attack, which is the dark range attack, it just becomes a Mangetsu range attack instead. So now your Dark Moon Shuriken will actually give you a Shingetsu range attack. So that's basically the one that scales more with intelligence.
Yeah.
So if you want that one and you want to completely forgo ever getting the speed boost that you get from that before, you can have access to a higher damage range poke. So if you want to play that kind of ranged auto attack poke style play, this is the one that you want to go.
Okay.
Separately, Piercing Moonlight has changed. You'll only, no matter how many times your beam hits the target, you'll only ever dash that target once. That target, when you hit, will take major AoE damage at the location and do AoE damage around the people that you hit. And you will return to your casting location rather than ending where you were. Because unlike more strength-focused Tsukiyomi, where once you're next to target, you can unleash a really strong Kusari combo with your movement speed, you're in ranged auto attack. If you're playing this range style, you actually want to kind of retreat back. So this gives you essentially a way to retreat back to safety.
I'm going to retreat back to safety at my base and buy some int items because I think I do not want to be strength for this.
Yes, you definitely want to build intelligence for this one. Because most of the damage, especially now that the damage is really that one burst of AoE that happens, it's a lot more on scaling side. So if you go strength side of this for the safe ult, you really just won't do that much damage.
Okay. I will slowly run back because my teleporter's still on cooldown.
I think if you hit numpad 5, you'll go fast.
Numpad 5? Nope.
Nah.
Oh, maybe? Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Cool. All right, we're back. Now I'm going to spawn a couple of mirror bots. Oops.
And Chad is judging your build.
That's fine. It's
the one that was just to get it as fast as possible.
Yes, I really spent a lot of time thinking about this, chat, so please judge me. Okay, so I threw out a Dark Moon Shuriken.
But your range attack is Mangetsu's.
Which is different.
Yes, that is different.
Whew, look at that damage.
Yeah,
and then
I did nerf this preemptively. It was 100% in scaling, and that ended up just being quite a lot.
And then for my ult, let's take a look at what this does. And I'm back to where I started.
Back to where you started.
But I did a lot of damage.
Yep, a lot of damage on that burst.
Cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So this is, at least in our playtest, this has been more of like a laning. How do you turn off the movement speed again? Is there a way to do that, or just
supersonic space 0?
Supersonic space 0. Okay. Yes, back to them. Okay. So. And I'm back to where I started.
Yeah. And so this is really meant to be the mid style of play. We've been playing him in playtest as mid Tsukiyomi, and he's been doing pretty successful. The cow chops end up being kind of your primary.
Because I think I do not want to be strength for this.
Yes, you definitely want to build intelligence for this one. Because most of the damage, especially now that the damage is really that one burst of AoE that happens, it's a lot more on scaling side. So if you go strength side of this for the safe ult, you really just won't do that much damage.
Sure. Okay. I will slowly run back because my teleporter's still on cooldown.
I think if you hit numpad 5, you'll go fast.
Numpad 5? Nope.
Nah.
Oh, maybe? Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Cool. All right, we're back. Now I'm going to spawn a couple of mirror bots. Oops.
And Chad is judging your build.
That's fine. It's
the one that was just to get it as fast as possible.
Yes, I really spent a lot of time thinking about this, chat, so please judge me. Okay, so I threw out a Dark Moon Shuriken.
But your range attack is Mangetsu's.
Which is different.
Yes, that is different.
Whew, look at that damage.
Yeah,
and then
I did nerf this preemptively. It was 100% in scaling, and that ended up just being quite a lot.
And then for my ult, let's take a look at what this does. And I'm back to where I started.
Back to where you started.
But I did a lot of damage.
Yep, a lot of damage on that burst.
Cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So this is, at least in our playtest, this has been more of like a laning. How do you turn off the movement speed again? Is there a way to do that, or just
supersonic space 0?
Supersonic space 0. Okay. Yes, back to them. Okay. So. And I'm back to where I started.
Yeah. And so this is really meant to be the mid.
The reason I feel like this kind of like white with this outfit feels very like JRPG-ish, even more so than like the normal design.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
So it's pretty sweet. Oh, there is a title. The title is Moon God. Sorry, I clicked over it. Thanks for reminding me, chat. Sweet. I'm gonna go back to us. And of course, Tsukiyomi, tell us, how did you enjoy your showcase? Are you excited to come into the game?
I mean, he looks thrilled.
Awesome. I'm going to start off. I think it's time for skins. And then, of course, we'll take questions at the end if we have any time. The first skin is the only one not related to something else going on in this update. So I'm just going to show it off by itself here. If I can find it. We have a returning cross-gen skin.
I'm just reading chat. There's the line calling. Someone's like, he looks thrilled as crazy.
This is Guiding Light Ganesha. So this is a cross-gen skin. If you own this in Smite 1, you'll just get it in Smite 2. That's the way cross-gen skins work. It's a pretty cool skin. The effects on this skin are actually really cool. They're very like, like, I don't know, like divine. I don't know. Like
Sure.
they're cool looking. So
Yeah, material work on that looks great.
it's a neat skin. Yeah. This skin is will be available for purchase if you don't own it in Smite 1. If you own it in Smite 1, you get it for free. And there are no prisms. It's just a new skin. So
Nice.
enjoy it. It's tagged wrong. It shouldn't be tagged classic, but other than that, cool. Let me come back to us to go to the next thing. Okay, next thing that I have to talk about is a new event. This event is something that we're trying for the first time in Smite 2, and we'll see if people like it.
Yeah.
But we're bringing back a version of the Reaping.
So that was the candy was about.
That's what the candy was about. The candy was related to our Halloween event. If you're new to Smite, every year we do a Halloween-themed event called The Reaping. It's different every year, so this year will be different than it was in the past. But it's something new. So the way that the event works, there are, just for fun, just for playing, you're going to get some quests that will give you things. You will get a jump stamp quest, which is candy corn that pops up. You will get a pumpkin badge, and you will get a candy corn ward skin, just for playing. It's kind of fun. You will also, if you pick up 100 pieces of candy,
That's a lot of candy.
it's a lot of candy. That might be too many pieces of candy. But currently, the quest is set up. If you pick up 100 pieces of candy, you will get a reaping pumpkin.
What's that do?
That's a good question. So, if you pick up, if you get 3 pumpkins, let's go here. You will get this Princess Bari skin.
Ooh.
So, and this Princess Bari skin replaces her bell with a jack-o'-lantern too.
Yeah, that's right.
It's pretty fun.
We've had that in playtest multiple times, and I've actually wanted to go and like pick up the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I'll go in game and take a look at this in a minute, but basically the way that this event works is that all of the travelers that we release over the next few updates will contain a pumpkin as part of the traveler.
Oh, nice.
And you will be able, during the course of the event, you'll be able to get 2 completely free pumpkins. So if you buy any traveler over the course of this event and you get your 2 free pumpkins, you'll be able to get this Princess Bari skin free. If you get to 4 pumpkins, you will get some card effects, which are pretty cool, and I'll show those off in a second. And if you get to 6 pumpkins, you will get a skin. This is Being Mysterious for some reason. It's going to be Slaughterhouse Chalk with a bunch of really cool prisms.
Nice.
So, so you'll get basically like some bonuses for doing a little bit of questing, and if you decide to buy several travelers. If you get over 6 pumpkins, there are up to 10 earnable through the entire event. You'll get a roll of a chest that contains kind of thematically scary or dress up skins. So you'll get just like an extra free skin with each pumpkin over 6. So basically just free stuff for collecting collecting a bunch of pumpkins.
Nice.
Where's the this is the card frame that you'll get at 4 pumpkins. So it's pretty cool, thematic.
Nice.
Cool. I'm going to go and show off the first 2. Actually, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go back off of the screen, and we're going to go take a look at the Bari thing in game just because I want to show you guys the pumpkin because it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You don't let laptop. And the ball is this awesome little jack-o'-lantern.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. You know, other than that, it's got some like kind of spooky, you know, thematic effects. Big thing is the pumpkin. So yeah,
Very
showing
nice.
this off. You can get 2 pumpkins for free, as we said, and then if you end up getting any traveler over the course of this event to get a 3rd pumpkin, you'll get Princess Bari.
Yep.
Sweet. I'm going to come back to us then and go back to this. Yeah, it's a cool skin. That said, I think the skins in these first 2 travelers that are part of this event might be cooler.
Yeah, I got to play one.
Do you want to do that one first, or should we do the other one first?
Let's do the other one first.
Okay, the other one first. Okay, so chat. The first traveler that's a part of this event is. Oh, let me start with this one. Okay, there. The Survivor Uller. The people love this Uller skin. This is his most used skin in Smite 1, and he's back with a couple of sweet new prisms.
Nice.
Chat
I've seen
said-
one already that I know I'll use.
they're kind of fun. So as you can see, there is a pumpkin that you can get as part of this. There is Survivor as a title, which is a pretty good title.
That's a good
I
title.
might actually just use that. And then there are 3 prisms. The first prism is Fang Slayer. It's kind of cool. The second prism, which I think might be my favorite,
Yeah, this is one I would use.
is Corpse Caller. It's kind of like
He failed to survive.
he failed to survive, and he is now a zombie doing the hunting himself. And lastly, as Chuck Killigan. I didn't name it, but it's kind of cool. So you got.
I feel like there's history behind that name.
There's probably something there that I'm not familiar with. So this first traveler, once again, is Survivor Uller, Fang Slayer Uller, Corpse Caller, and as Chuck Killigan. I actually really like the color scheme of this one.
Yeah.
It's just the name is a little silly.
I like the Fang Slayer one too, just because like it reminds me of like Bill from Left 4 Dead. Like,
Yeah.
the older dude.
I can see that. Yeah. And then, as we have mentioned recently, we've added 5 levels of double coin rewards for buying a traveler. So if you do buy this, you'll get 5 levels of double coins. And that's this one. I'm going to go back to us so I don't spoil anything else because there is some stuff that's work in progress. And then we'll take a look at the other. Make sure I start the right one. The other traveler in this, which is Vampirus
this one was
Soul.
dope.
Yeah, this skin looks great.
Yeah, it looks
The effects
fantastic.
are also insane.
Yeah, you throw out like these kind of like energy.
I think we're gonna go in game and look at this one real
Yeah,
quick,
they're
just
so
because like the
good.
effects are so sick. This is like an all new skin. It shouldn't be marked classic. This skin didn't have an equivalent in Smite 1, and it is kind of dope. So you get quite a few things in this one too. You're gonna get obviously the base soul skin just for buying it. You're gonna get this Vampirus,
I think would be how you say it.
It's like me trying papyrus. Anyway, as the title, you're going to get the Chonky Floof Bat Ward.
That's good.
Tell me this isn't one of the best wards in the game.
That's very cute.
It's amazing. A pumpkin. So if in this first update, if you get your free pumpkin plus get both of the travelers, then you would be able to get the Bari skin in the
Yes.
first update. The other free pumpkin will be available later. And then we do have 3 prisms here. The first prism, Moonlit Mistress.
Just a dope color.
Yeah, I feel like the white always just looks like really clean and like it's like especially on an evil skin, it's just like I don't know. Somehow it's
there's that like one skin line that we've done before, like the Blood Mages. Like
Yeah.
Arthur had that one. Like that's always like a cool color scheme. Reminds me of that.
we have Blood Rose. That's
Nice.
cool. It's kind of like leaning into even more the vampirist thing, you know, with the red elements.
Yep.
Very cool. And we have Ultraviolet.
Ultraviolet.
My brain tried to read through that, which is cool.
Yeah, that's neat. These
So-
are really cool looking skins.
These are all sick. So definitely, we're gonna go in game and take a look at this one because I think it's pretty neat. And once again, there's a pumpkin in there, so
Yeah.
Added benefit as part of this reaping event.
See, the unfortunate thing is like black and red is like my favorite color scheme of all time. So there's no way I use the other prisms, even though they look really cool.
Yeah, this is no, we go this. Awesome.
And that's also why the Essential Store is kind of a good middle ground of like, now we're starting to be like, here's you actually picking a starter and it actually takes some gold to upgrade it.
That's interesting. Let's play Soul. Them baggy sweatpants in the Reebok with straps. I figured as much. But, no. It what it is.
Select your god.
So,
Never played her.
Minions have spawned.
Trying to help the person in the cave.
Ah, get out of here.
An ally has been slain.
Dude. Go. that.
The enemy has 10 tickets remaining. An ally has been slain.
Seems fun.
Victory.